Welcome to From Theory to Reality with me, Julie Dalton. Come with me as we look at models and theories you can use every day.
Thanks, Julie. Hi, everyone. Hi, Amelia. Today, we're going to be exploring the work of Albert Bandura, one of the most influential psychologists in learning theory, and what he can teach us about why toxic cultures spread so fast. Bandura changed the way many people understood learning. Before his work, learning was often seen mainly as something that happened through instruction, reward, punishment, or personal experience. But Bandura showed that people also learn simply by observing other people. We watch what others do, we notice what happens next, and we often adjust our own behaviour because of it. That idea became known as social learning theory.
So learning can happen without anyone formally teaching us?
Exactly. Think about how often people copy tone, habits, attitudes, language, or behaviour without realising it. A new starter may learn how to speak to customers by listening to experienced colleagues. A child may learn confidence or fear by watching adults. An employee may learn whether it is safe to challenge poor behaviour by watching how others are treated. That is Bandura's core message. People do not only learn from direct experience, they learn from what they observe around them.
So how does the model actually work?
Bandura explained it in a few simple stages. First, attention. We notice behaviours that stand out, usually from leaders, confident people, popular people, successful people, or those with influence. If a manager loses their temper, people notice. If a respected colleague stays calm under pressure, people notice that too. Second, retention. We remember what we saw. The brain stores examples of how situations were handled. So later, when we face something similar, those examples can come back to us. Third, reproduction. This means trying the behaviour ourselves. We copy the tone, action, approach, or response we observed. Sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously. Fourth, motivation. We decide whether to keep using that behaviour based on what seems to happen. If the behaviour appears rewarded, respected, or consequence-free, it is more likely to continue. If it leads to problems, embarrassment, or rejection, it is less likely to be repeated.
So people are constantly watching what works.
Exactly right, and that is why culture spreads so quickly. People observe behaviour, test behaviour, and repeat behaviour that appears successful or safe. Bandura also talked about modelling. That means certain people become examples others copy. Leaders, trainers, coaches, top performers, and influential personalities often become models, whether they intend to or not. If they show professionalism, accountability, and respect, those behaviours can spread. If they show blame, gossip, shortcuts, or arrogance, those can spread too.
So every visible person is teaching something?
Very often, yes. Bandura also introduced self-efficacy. That means a person's belief in their own ability to succeed. If someone sees people like them succeed, gets support, practices safely, and experiences progress, confidence grows. If they are constantly criticised or made to feel incapable, confidence can shrink. That matters because people often avoid tasks they believe they cannot do.
So the theory is really about behaviour, confidence, and environment all working together.
Perfectly said. Let's bring it to life with 3 workplace examples. Imagine you're a trainer welcoming a new hire group. You explain service standards, teamwork, professionalism, and customer care. But when learners go onto the floor, they hear experienced staff mocking processes, rushing calls, and speaking negatively about customers. The new starters pay attention because these are experienced people. They remember what they saw. They begin copying the tone to fit in, and because nobody challenges it, they feel motivated to continue. That is social learning theory happening in real time.
So the floor culture can overpower the classroom.
Exactly. Now imagine you're coaching an advisor who lacks confidence on calls. They hesitate, sound unsure, and avoid taking ownership. Instead of only giving instructions, you let them observe a strong call from a peer, break down what good looks like, practice key parts safely, and praise progress. They now have a model to copy and evidence they can improve. That builds self-efficacy. Often confidence rises because they have seen success and started experiencing it themselves.
So people need examples, not just advice.
Exactly. Now imagine you're a manager who says respect matters, but in meetings you interrupt people, praise results while ignoring poor behaviour, and stay silent when gossip happens. The team pays attention. They remember who gets rewarded. They begin copying what appears successful. Soon, others interrupt, dismiss colleagues, and prioritise numbers over respect. That is how toxic culture spreads through observation and reinforcement.
So culture spreads because behaviour gets copied.
Exactly. Bandura reminds us that people are always learning from what they see around them. If we want better culture, we must model better behaviour. If we want confidence, we must create chances for success. And if we want standards, we must visibly live them.
So the real question is, what are people learning from us every day?
Exactly, because whether we realise it or not, we are all modelling something. And that's where theory becomes reality. Thanks for listening, everyone. Back to you, Julie.
Thank you for joining me today. Now go make that theory a reality. See you next time.